Hey guys, Blessing here, and how are you all doing? So earlier today I stumbled upon this post by a blog called Nigerian Demons Exposed, and it was also reshared by Bad Girl Freda, who we all know as Freda. So this is what the blog wrote. Disclaimer: this post is for educational purposes. The page pictured below is operated by Billy Franca. Freda had to let go of Billy as her account manager after Billy used Freda's name to gain followers and was also inserting Korra's name in her page. Billy blogged about Korra for more than a year and didn't gain any traction or following until she started posting about Freda. She's a full-blown member of the terrorist group called the Koreans. Beware and ignore her attention-seeking tactics. So as you can see here, Freda shared the post, and this is what Freda wrote herself. This one wants Freda to talk about her. She named this very page Freda fan page, but changed it to the below name after using Freda to gain followers. Ignore the wannabe. And this is the response Billy Franca gave. She wrote, "A wannabe? Really? Come on, you know me better than that. I only stand for the truth. I don't do saga. I don't like negativity." So let's get right into this video. Now, who is Billy Franca and how did we get here? So I'm just going to refresh our memory. Just a little over a month ago, I blogged about some of the accolades of Freda, and I also talked about some of the controversies that have been trailing her up until that time. And one of such controversies was the hashtag Korra Obidi in a post that was made on Freda's page in February 2023. It came to light that Billy Franca was Freda's social media manager in that period, and that she uploaded this picture of Freda and included the Korra Obidi hashtag. Now, let us listen to the conclusion that I came to based on this. One very tricky thing about the manager, this particular Billy Franca, is that she is a huge fan of Korra Obidi. And I'm like, what in the dictionary is happening here today? If you guys understand what I mean, take a look at the posts that Billy Franca had previously put up on her own page about Korra Obidi. She's a top fan of Korra, and that same Billy Franca happens to be a manager of Freda's account. So what is happening? And when I looked through everything, well, we know that Freda is from Delta State, Korra Obidi is from Delta State, and it looks like Billy is also from Delta State. So a little bit of maybe conflict of interest here. I do not know if Billy is still managing Freda's account, but I wouldn't I wouldn't even risk that. So it looks like after this video that I made, that Billy Franca still remained Freda's social media manager, although I'm not 100% sure of that. But let us try to put everything into perspective. I know it's a little confusing, and I'm also trying to put the puzzles together here and there. So let us just take it right back to the beginning. The page in question that has now become Bilma was created in 2015, and at the time of creation, the name of the page was Long Reach TR Team. And then around September 2023, after the collaboration between Freda and Justin, you guys know, like I told you guys before, that video Freda did with Justin Dean broke the internet. So probably because of the traction that Freda's name was generating online, Bilma decided to convert the name of her page to Freda's fan page. And eventually, on the 23rd of November, Billy Franca again changed the name of that page to what it is now. So what happened between these two? Where did it go wrong? So as I mentioned before, Billy Franca was predominantly posting Freda on her page. I would say approximately 99% of what Billy Franca posted every single day on that page had one thing or the other to do with Freda. And even when the post had nothing to do with Freda, which was seldom, she always included the hashtag Freda or hashtag bad girl Freda to the post. And I find this a bit dubious because Billy Franca is also a top fan of Korra Obidi. So I found it a little odd that she would rather post about Freda, who just recently actively started to use Facebook to promote her music, whereas Korra Obidi has over 8 million followers and not using Korra Obidi's content to build her page. And sometimes Billy Franca would go live and she would be addressing Freda's fans.
Thank you so much for following and supporting Freda.
So she more or less wanted to use the fan base of Freda to cement this page, give it a solid foundation to grow from. Now let's listen to one of the live videos Billy Franca did and what she had to say about Freda at the time.
Now, this page, Freda's fan page, was created because we wanted to support Freda. We know Freda is an amazing person. Like, if you get to know her personally, you know that she's very amazing. She's selfless. This is coming from, this is a first-hand information.
So every now and then, Billy Franca would make live videos and stand up for Freda. In fact, in one of those videos, she literally told her audience that whatever news and negativity they see flying around about Freda are all lies.
So, whatever information you're seeing out there, it's a lie. Okay? So, I want you all to stop the hate, stop all of that.
Billy Franca also defended Freda on many occasions. For example, when she said that it was justified for Freda to respond to all the hate and bashing she was getting online.
Now, everything you see her do right now is the fact that she is, it's like she's reacting to things. You put out words. When she comes online, you begin to, attack her and all that. So she begins to react. Who keeps quiet when there's a problem?
And on another occasion, Billy Franca also defended Freda when her haters called her out to be a liar for saying that Facebook or Meta can call you on the phone. Billy Franca confirmed with her full chest that Facebook indeed can call you on the phone. On another occasion, when some pictures of Freda started to fly around that were gotten from her OnlyFans page, Billy Franca still came out and supported Freda's explanation as to how those pictures got there in the first place. She posted this picture of Cece just to illustrate that it's normal for people to post such saucy pictures online, and that unfortunately there will always be people out there who want to monetize your racy pictures without your consent, and that would be strong justification to migrate your content to a platform like OnlyFans. And at a point, Freda actually went berserk against Lola's talk show, and it looked like Billy Franca enjoyed every bit of it. In fact, she came on live video and gave her 2 cents about Freda's clapback.
You want to actually belittle Freda. For what? Does she look like someone that you can belittle? You don't know her. You know nothing about Freda. Let her come for you. she will rain down heavens for you. And the truth is, I'm glad she actually gave it to Lolo very well. Freda, well done. Well done, girl. Well done. I like your banter with her today. Like, I loved it. I loved it. Wallahi. I loved it. I loved it. It's very good for her. It's very good for Lolo. Yes, I said so. Let her come for me. Yeah. I mean, she's like a snake, hiding her true intentions.
I can imagine that many of you are now wondering what then happened between them after all this public display of support and speaking up for Freda. What went wrong between them? Why did they fall apart? Why did Freda let her go as an account manager? Here is what I strongly believe happened based on the posts that Billy Franca has been putting up since around the 17th of November. I'm pretty sure that before this date, Billy Franca and Freda must have had some kind of argument or maybe disagreement about something that pushed Billy Franca to come online and put up this post that says, "Let's enjoy, ignore, breathe, Freda." So we can say that with this post, Billy Franca was trying to tell Freda to let go and just breathe, let it go, ignore. And then she went ahead and put up this post that says, "No longer a slave, Freda. No longer a slave." Slave to who? Slave for what? This more or less gives off the impression that Freda was making her do things that perhaps she didn't want to do. And she didn't stop there. On the 21st of November, she went on and wrote this long episode talking about how a content creator should act online. Reading from the middle paragraphs, the post says, "So if you are following a creator who only does saga day and night, you are only feeding your mind with negativity. There is a big difference between content creation and saga." Billy Franca obviously had so much on her mind because she continued to throw direct jabs at Freda. Here is another post she put up, and I quote, "Whoever told you content creation is doing saga is on a very cheap crack. Saga is not a sustainable business." And that was the right moment for her to start to reintroduce herself to the followers that she had gathered on that page. She put up this post that says, "I want to formally welcome my new followers. However, if you think this page is created to bring another human being down, you are on the wrong page. Kindly unfollow." And we cannot deny the fact that Billy Franca gained many followers because of Freda. And it was around this time that she went on and changed the name of the page from Freda Fan Page to Bilma. And you guessed right, Billy Franca continued to taunt and poke Freda with different posts. For example, she says here, "At this rate, I don't think you need to do any Netflix subscription. Freda is sure to keep you on your phone for a long time. I rest my case. Freda, saga, Korra Obidi." And that, like I said, is still another jab because I can imagine that as an account manager for Freda, or maybe even a former account manager of Freda, Freda wouldn't really appreciate that she was putting a hashtag of her name alongside a hashtag of Korra Obidi's name. Billy Franca was clearly out to get on Freda's nerves. And I guess when Freda could no longer take it, because apparently many of her followers didn't really know what was happening at the time. So Freda made it publicly known that Billy Franca was officially no longer on her team. Which I actually think is a very good move because then everybody knows what's going on. Everybody knows who they are following and who the person supports and what the person stands for. So, what's the current situation right now? The current situation now is that Billy Franca is in the face of Shalaye, explaining herself wherever and whenever the opportunity arises. For example, Billy Franca wrote here, I only wished her well, but she fights with everyone. Everyone is a problem except her. And in this post, she wrote, Saga is not a sustainable thing. How many people will you fight with? Imagine millions of people attacking you. That would be bad for your brand. I explained, but no. It was looking like I was acting as an enemy. And here is another one. The original intent of this page was to support a brand, music, creativity, and lifestyle. Unfortunately, it turned into saga and bullying, and I am not one to build a brand on bullying. It's not a sustainable business. You only attract people who enjoy bullying others. So I informed her and told her to let go. She said I was an enemy for saying that. And then another one, Chai. Here she says, I only wanted to grow her brand as a digital marketer. Unfortunately, she sees me as an enemy too because I don't subscribe to negativity. Wow. And that is where I come in saying that Billy Franca is clearly being a hypocrite. Billy Franca is trying to act holier than thou, saying that she doesn't do saga, she's not here for negativity, and she wants the best for Freda. She doesn't want Freda to get involved with saga because Freda should focus on content creation and on her brand and blah blah blah. But guess what? This is the same Billy Franca that was cheering Freda on when Freda was going hard against a blogger. And as you guys watched a short while ago, Billy Franca even came and added her own salt and pepper to that clapback. So for that same Billy Franca to now be going against Freda for, in quotes, saga, that just clearly tells me that the problem Billy Franca has with Freda is not saga. It looks like the problem that Billy Franca has with Freda is that Freda is talking against Korra Obidi. And I have always been suspicious of this lady because you really cannot serve two masters. There can never be two captains in a ship. Billy Franca is a fan of Korra Obidi. She shares her posts. She shows her love, which of course is allowed. I mean, there's no problem about that. But at the same time, Billy Franca is also a supporter of Freda and her account manager. So you are always definitely going to have a conflict of interests. And the interests of one would always succumb to the other. In this case, it looks like Billy Franca favors Korra Obidi more than she favors Freda because it really doesn't make sense. If Billy Franca truly doesn't want Freda to do saga at all, there is no way she would have applauded Freda in the first place to go against anybody at any time. But for you to say, okay, it's allowed for you to go against this particular person, but when it comes to Korra Obidi, no. Just let it go. No, just ignore and breathe. It doesn't work that way. It's either you want it or you don't want it. So for me, Billy Franca is just trying to use that as cover up, just to make herself look good in the public eye, for people to see her as the peacemaker, the one that doesn't want drama. Whereas she was part of the drama from the beginning. She joined in the drama. The only difference is that the drama was not facing in the direction of Korra Obidi. So again, in my opinion, Billy Franca, that only makes you a two-faced snake. You need to always stand for what you believe in, stand for your principles, irrespective of who it affects and who is involved. What is good for the goose is always good for the gander. And what Billy Franca is currently doing is utterly unprofessional. This is someone you used to have a business relationship with, and there are bound to be disagreements and breakups in relationships, be it emotional, business, platonic, whatever. It's how you deal with it and move on from there that determines the quality of human that you are. You have worked with this person. Things didn't work out between the both of you. Why do you think it makes sense for you to now come and want to start to drag that person online dissing them because they disagreed with you on something. Babe, it's not by force. If someone chooses to fight their battles, it doesn't hinder you from going ahead to support your Korra Obidi. You cannot impose your own will on them. And I think that is the main thing you have a problem with. So I'm just going to say, get over it already. You have gained your followers, you have your page. Now try to be a bit more matured about it and professional and just knock it off, because what you're doing now is the same saga that you are telling Freda not to do. Let me know what you guys think about this story. Write your thoughts and your opinions in the comment section down below. Share the video and follow this page if you haven't already. I remain Blessing Onjo, the analyst, and I will catch you all on my next one.